So if you look up in our SKU file, till the tail column, then we'll end up having NAs. We filter NAs, and then we filter in the status all NPDs and promos. And we write here not in scope. There's also regular SKUs. These regular SKUs are around 169 SKUs, and they are mainly SKUs that have been sold in 2022 and have been removed and also are not in stock. So now having this updated, we just double check and close the SKU file and refresh. After refreshing the SKU file, open a new tab. And this time we go to the SKU master and go to tail. And then we enter the sales value. So we put the years. We understand them based on column total. So we see green SKUs contribute to almost 77% of the sales value. 10% is red, 10% is yellow, and 2% are not in scope, which is in line with our direction. So after filling the green, red, yellow SKUs, we now go to the third step. So we validate by the table just to make sure these numbers are in line. Plus minus 1 2% is okay. And then we go and we put the tail SKU name. We put the segments L1, L2, as well as back format. And we put in the sales value, the SPVD, WD, and it should be average. So like to put the site. Rather than the ND. And since here we don't have the quantity value for the sales master, but usually we put also the volume here. Let's put it just in case there are someone. Let's see. And then we go to design, tabular format, report all items. And report all items. Repeat all items. And we go to the year. We enter here 22, 23, and 24. And here we go. We have this one. We go to add subtotals. at the bottom of each group, and we go to the sales value, sort from largest to smallest. So here we have from largest to small. I would like to look first at the sales value. The activity as average. Let's look at it as summation. Okay. Then we be percentage and count it. So anything green we put next to it, keep us. Anything not in scope is not in scope. Now we go anything red, say the list. So this is like a top line approach, and yellow is in between. So we decide if we delist them or not. Then we go do a second round on the red SKUs to see their values, all of this. So in showing down, these SKUs are to be delisted. Here, one thing we forgot is tail should be number 4. Number 4. Because now I can see all jellies green, not in scope, red, and yellow. This is the best way. So we put tail here. And the reason I did this is, for example, so anything green we said we put as keep assortment. So let's put here keep assortment. And not in scope is a not in scope SKU. And maybe we do one thing. That here. And you put the arrow here. So also this is this sequence green, yellow, red, and then finally not in scope. And this goes for all other subsegments. Green, red, yellow, not in scope. This will help us. So we know all the green are keep assortment. All yellow are yellows that we will discuss, and reds usually we delist. All right. So sales values. So as you see here, the average sales value for a green SKU in bagged format is in the 40K. And the year is correct? Yes. Okay. For the yellow, it's in the 17K, which is really, really low compared to the green ones. And in the red, for the light formats, it's almost an average of 5 hours. But here there are some exceptions. For example, this STO. Maybe we should not delist this STO and give it a better chance, because we look at two things. So first we look at the sales value, then we look at the SPVD of this STO. The SPVD is the value divided by the weighted distribution. So this has a weighted distribution of 78%. And it's only sold in 47 stores, whereas we can see here, this SKU is sold in almost double the stores, in 82 stores. This one is sold, for example, in 75 stores, but it sells only 15,000. Whereas this one is sold only in almost half the stores and have better sale. So when we want to delist, rather than delisting this SKU, we delist this SKU. And for this SKU, we put keep assortment. And here we put improve weighted distribution, numeric distribution. All right. So this is the logic of how we do it. So first of all, we look at the averages of the same pack format. So this is regular jellies, bags. And then we benchmark versus that. And then when we are looking at the yellow SKUs, which are usually in between to be delisted or not, we start seeing some anomalies here in the reds. So this also would follow the same. Now we look, well, here are some hidden gems. And so here, for example, why I will keep this as a delist SKU. First of all, the SVD of this SKU at almost 75 or 74 numeric distribution, almost 85 WD is 220. Let's check the same. This one is 260, for example. Let's check a 7600 for the same weighted distribution. So the rotation of this SKU, for example, this is in the 50s, 55, and it has almost 400,000. So this SKU, although it has proper distribution, but it's not making any sales. It's making some sales. So we will keep it in the D list. So any other hidden gems here for us to spot? So we are looking at the numeric distribution. And we are looking at the SVD and the sales value as well as the WD distribution. So here we spotted these two SKUs as well that we can keep, recommend to keep. And here gold bears 156, 58, only 8K. And this is 80 grams. So the gold bears 160 grams is doing great. Why is the 80 gram not doing good? So it doesn't have the proper distribution, 58 versus 100. So this also should be kept. So we spot them here from the high value. So here, this one, 5,000, is very low rotation compared to the 45. So this, just for you to spot directly. 45, same numeric distribution. And this one is higher weighted distribution, so it's being sold to better weighted stores. The rotation is 49,000. Here, the rotation is 113,000. It's almost half the rotation of this SKU, so let's delist it. So this is our recommendation to delist. Now let's go to our yellow. So the bag formats is all sorted. We have spotted a couple of hidden gems that we will keep, and there are some justified SKUs. This one, we took the hard call of delisting it after double checking a couple of other metrics. Now we go to the yellow SKUs, and here in regular jellies, we see this one with the 30K. Oh, let's keep this SKU. It's a high value. And this one, 16K with almost 400,000 rotation is a good rotation. Okay. This one should be delisted. This one we decided to delist, and this one we will delist as well. Was for a 46, only this value, 82% rating distribution. It has been given the chance, but there is no sale. So we finish this bags, we go to the tub cup. The average sales for a tub is 7,000. This one is 3,300. It's not very far from the Happy Cola here, almost 5,000. Let's check the numeric distribution and the weighted distribution. So maybe we keep this SKU and give it proper improved weighted distribution for this SKU. All right. And here we have some unique SKUs, which are pick and mix and stick roll that we don't have in the other formats. Here we have the top cup here, but so the average there was almost 5,000. This one, 175 grams. And this one is how many grams? Top cup, 175. You just are mix 150 grams, doing good. So 150 with 118 and 86 and 54, and here we go almost half, from 118 to 66,000. I don't think we will leave. All right, so now we just finished the jellies, what we will keep, what we will delist, and what we mentioned here, not in scope, is not in scope. And we repeat this exercise for the rest. Anything in green within the same back format, keep it. Assortment. Anything in red, so to bag in red. Usually is to be delisted, and anything in yellow to be discussed. So the average again, the average of bags here is 70K. For the yellows, it's 23K, and here it is 5,000. So here we see a couple of SKUs, Crazy Cola, 21,000. So it's almost very near the yellow ones. So these are to be kept. They have low weighted distribution. So we will recommend to also improve weighted distribution. And we check another Sour Patch, 11,000, 72 numeric, 92% weighted distribution, almost only 11,000. Let's check here, 178. Is better than the fizz here of Haribo. The Sour Patch SKUs are really performing well with very high rotations. So this SKU should not be kept versus other Sour Patch SKUs. This is definitely the tail and should be delisted. Let's check this SKU 7,000, 60 weighted distribution, low rotation versus others in the same platform, so we will not keep it. And here we check the rotation, the very high rotation for these SKUs, but should definitely improve the ND and WD for them. So we'll keep assortment of this one for sure. This one is okay, 188, 58 scores. This one for me is a question mark, and this one this one, 119, 96% weighted distribution, which is very, very high, but the rotation is almost the lowest, and the sales is not that high. Let's delist. All right, so we finished the bags for the jellies. We check the belts here that are a pack format as belts. Okay, yeah, the belts. 92. This should be good. We keep this one. This one, why it's a green SKU? Let's go here. It's toward the edge of a green SKU. That's why it was considered as green. So maybe this is a yellow SKU. So what we do is, first of all, because I will delist this one, because it's only 3,000, then we should never delist a green SKU. So just for the presentation, when we are presenting, we change this SKU to we change this SKU from green to yellow. As it will be delisted. So this is the belt 1693. Here there are no belts in yellow. Here there is 3, 8. This definitely should stay. And go out. Jar, we don't have any jars here. This one, although it's a unique pack format, but the sales are very low because the weighted distribution is very low. So here, if we keep it, it has definitely to be improved in terms of distribution, in terms of availability. We will dig down on this SKU more. So what we do in these cases where we see it's almost 600 dirhams on 600 dirhams in 2 years, which is very low. So we have to understand why. And if we keep it or we delist it. So we go here, we check. Understand this SKU. This has been tested back in 2022. And some irregular sales. So come showing me 500 on. So here it's showing high values. Okay. While it's showing here 500. Sum of sales quantity. This is quantity. On the sales value as well as the sales value. So this might be one of the months where Hmm. Let's double check. So 230. Oh. So there we go. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. So here, for example, these SKUs, although it has very low volume, but they have high prices. Because you see here it's in the 40Ks. Okay, let's go back to our nothing has changed. Let's go back here to sour punch. So do delist. So we'll keep it to delist. Okay. So this is James. Sugar coated James. Yes, 32. This is a jar, but it's selling as 82, so let's keep it. It's a unique SKU, but it has definitely to go improve the WD. This is an improve the ND. Top cup needs to be listed very low value or very low volume. This one as a top cup, is there any? Yeah, 46 versus 13. So now let's go not in stock is always not in stock. Okay, so this is the final example for you guys to look. So first of all, we highlight this in green. It will help us spot. So what we do is we check jellies, vegan jellies, only green and the same pack format. So you see here I didn't highlight this pack format, and then the yellow we highlight them in yellow, and then red, only the same pack format. We always check the averages. So here 100, here 30, here 24. We check the volumes, almost half, and this is very low. So here we spot some anomalies, which is this one, vegan, voila, and these SKUs are definitely to be kept. And as we said, anything in green should always be a skip assortment. And then we check here the red ones to be delisted. This one, these 2, 3 are very low sales, even volume, even SPBD. We are putting them in green. While let's double check. It's very low. Sold and the 70s. Some SKUs will be in red because and they will have zero sales in 2024. Okay. Here, since we are putting the cumulative of 2 years. So I think this SKU should be in yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4 in yellow. So we put this in yellow because we will delist it. Maybe this one as well. Very low rotations compared to other SKUs. Look at the average rotations here. And these are only in the 20 or 30,000, despite having almost the same ND. So, for example, this has been sold in 26 stores, almost 56% weight distribution, but only generates almost 70K. This one, higher WD, and only generates 20K. So these are definitely SKUs to be delisted, other than you can look at it. Always remember that if it is to be delisted, it cannot be kept inside a category. So, awesome. history will keep. So check this SQ. It has almost 57%. So like this one, the rotation is here, for example, 44K. This one is 53K. Much better. Almost same numeric distribution. Same volume, but higher price. So let's keep this here. Let's delist all this. Here we will keep 69, 67, very good estimates. They have very low numeric distribution. This has high numeric distribution and it's not doing well. So it needs to be less than that. Glass bottles, 30K. It's to be less than that. It's almost same volume. Rotation is higher. One has a higher rotation. 71. So if we were to keep this SQ, we should definitely keep this SQ as well. If we delist it, we should delist this one. So 60K. Yeah, 2 years. Let's check. So it had much bigger sales in 2023 versus 2024. I think it's better to take the hardcore and delist. So not in scope is always not in scope. And that's it. And then we relook up these SKUs in the SKU file under assortment and we fill it here. We do it for all segments.